Welcome back to Magic Tales, the home of enchanting stories that spark your imagination. Today, we bring you a tale full of courage, kindness, and the magic hidden in the most unexpected places, the Princess and the Secret Garden. Once upon a time, in a kingdom surrounded by shimmering rivers and towering mountains, there lived a young princess named Elara. She had hair the color of golden sunlight and eyes as deep and blue as the evening sky. Though Elara lived in a grand palace filled with treasures, she often felt something was missing from her life. Elara loved exploring. Every morning, while the palace slept, she would slip out of her gilded room, wander the gardens, and peek over the palace walls at the forests beyond. But no matter where she went, she longed for a place that felt entirely her own. One day, while walking near the edge of the forest, Elara noticed something unusual, a small crumbling gate covered in ivy. It was hidden behind thick shrubs, as if the forest itself wanted to keep it a secret. Curiosity sparkled in her eyes. She pushed the gate open and discovered a garden unlike any she had ever seen. Flowers of every color swayed in the gentle breeze. A crystal-clear pond mirrored the sky, and delicate butterflies danced from petal to petal. At the center stood a magnificent tree with silver leaves that shimmered like starlight. Elara felt an instant connection. The secret garden would be her sanctuary. She spent hours there every day, talking to the flowers, listening to the whispers of the wind, and painting pictures of the magical place. Yet the garden seemed lonely too, as if it were waiting for someone to unlock its true magic. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Elara noticed a small door carved into the silver tree. She approached cautiously and gently pushed it open. Inside, she found a tiny, glowing creature with wings as delicate as a dragonfly's. "I am Lumina, the guardian of this garden," the creature said in a voice as soft as the wind through leaves. "Long ago, this garden was filled with laughter and joy, but its magic faded when people forgot how to care for it. Only someone with a pure heart can awaken it again." Alara's heart filled with wonder. "I will help," she promised. "I'll care for this garden every day, and I'll bring back its magic," Lumina smiled. "Then your first task begins at sunrise." The next morning, Elara returned with buckets of water, tiny seeds, and a notebook to record everything she observed. She worked tirelessly, planting new flowers, tidying the paths, and whispering kind words to every living thing in the garden. Slowly, the colors brightened, the air felt warmer, and the tree's silver leaves sparkled more vividly. Days turned into weeks, and word of Alara's secret garden spread among the woodland creatures. Birds chirped melodies, deer wandered gracefully through the flowers, and even shy woodland fairies peeked out from behind the bushes. Yet the princess faced a challenge she hadn't expected. One morning, she discovered that part of the garden had been trampled overnight. Footprints led from the edge of the palace grounds. Someone had found her secret. Elara felt torn. Should she confront the intruder or hide the garden forever? Then she heard a soft voice behind her. "I'm sorry," said a boy no older than her, with messy brown hair and kind eyes. "I saw the garden and couldn't resist. I didn't mean to hurt anything." Elara studied him carefully. He seemed sincere. "If you truly want to help, you must care for it like I do," she said firmly. "Only then will the garden's magic return fully." From that day, the princess and the boy whose name was Theo worked side by side. Together, they planted the seeds of friendship as well as flowers. They discovered that when they laughed together, the flowers grew taller and the pond sparkled brighter. The garden began to bloom like never before, and Lumina appeared once more. "You have done it, Elara. You have restored the garden's magic. But remember, its true power is not just in the beauty around you, but in the kindness, care, and courage you show every day." Elara nodded, understanding the lesson deeply. She realized that a true princess is not measured by crowns or gowns, but by the heart she carries and the love she shares. But the story didn't end there. One evening, a mysterious mist crept over the garden, and the flowers began to droop. A deep, echoing voice whispered, "Only the bravest can protect this magic." Elara and Theo were frightened but determined. They followed the mist to a hidden cave behind the waterfall at the edge of the garden. Inside, they found a magical crystal pulsating with a dark energy that threatened the garden. "We have to restore the light," Lumina's voice echoed. "Only true courage and teamwork can save it." Elara and Theo held hands and spoke kind words to the crystal, offering forgiveness, patience, and love. Slowly, the darkness lifted and the crystal glowed warmly, sending golden light through the garden. Flowers stood tall again, the pond shimmered, and the air was filled with the scent of blossoms. The princess learned an important truth that day. The garden's magic mirrored the courage and heart of those who cared for it. It was not just a place of beauty, but a place of lessons about bravery, teamwork, and believing in the impossible. Word of the garden's transformation eventually reached the palace. At first, the king and queen were puzzled that their daughter spent so much time away. But when they saw the garden, its beauty, and the joy in Alara's eyes, they smiled warmly. "You've done something extraordinary, Elara," the king said. "This garden is a gift not just to you, but to the whole kingdom." Elara beamed with happiness. She invited all the children of the kingdom to the garden, where they learned to plant, care, and love the world around them. The garden became a place of laughter, learning, and magic for everyone. Years passed, and the princess grew into a wise and kind queen. Lumina remained in the garden, watching over it, and Theo became her trusted friend and advisor. Together, they ensured that the magic of the garden never faded again. Elara often remembered the day she first found the hidden gate, realizing that curiosity, courage, and a kind heart had led her to discover something far more valuable than jewels or gold. And so, the secret garden remained a symbol of hope, friendship, and the wonder that lives in every corner of the world, for those who dare to believe in magic.